twigs here. Let me do my twigs. See, you don't have twigs. You have beautiful, gorgeous hair. I have twigs. God, my hair, your hair looks good.
Yes.
Let's ask that again. Let's ask that again, okay? Okay, ready?
Yep.
Here we go. It's gonna be really weird, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little differently. We are going to do a tutorial on tween teen makeup. That's a word, tween. You're a tween, right? How old are you?
12.
12, yeah, she's a tween. Makeup is such a big, popular thing right now. I know when I was in junior high that we didn't care about makeup. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But it's popular now, and these little girls like to play with it, so we're gonna do a video on just some light, simple steps that'll help your tween or preteen or early teen girl just kind of follow along and not put too much on and know the right steps to do it. So this is my good friend, what do I call you?
Daughter from another mother.
Daughter from another mother, Cadence. She just went to junior high this year. She's a 6th grader, that is junior high here. And she is 12 years old. She's very nervous. She's not going to talk right now. She said, don't make me talk. I'm just going to ask her a few questions. But she is a beautiful little girl. As you can see, she does not need makeup. Does not need makeup. But that is why we're doing this video, is because she wants to do makeup. You like doing makeup, Cadence, right?
Yep.
A lot of girls in her grade, 7th and 8th, do makeup now. They wear it to school. Sometimes girls do just fine with it, and sometimes I look and like, how are their parents letting them out of their house looking like that? I mean, you know, we've got the brows that are the big thing now. We've got the contouring and all that, but they don't need to be doing all that. That's why I'm doing this video, is for when she puts on her makeup at home, she can kind of see how I do it. You can do more steps than this if you're watching this and you're a little bit older, or you can do less. You don't have to use exactly what we use. Anything you'd like to say? No? No. Okay. So we're gonna get started with the video, and thank you for watching. I will list everything down in the description box, where you can find it, prices, all that good stuff. Just click down below. And before you leave, don't forget to
subscribe.
And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Okay. So you're not gonna be really seeing me. I'm gonna be up here because you gotta be focused on her beautiful face, not me. So the first thing I always suggest to do is skin prep. Your makeup's never gonna look good unless you take care of your skin. And everything I'm using today is Drugstore. So moms, don't freak out if you're watching this. Everything is Drugstore. Some stuff you do not have to use, but this is just what I'm gonna do for Cadence. As you can see, she has just a little bit of redness on her cheeks, which is fine. I like a little bit of redness on her cheeks. I think it's like natural blush, but this is just a glow tonic toner from Pixie. It preps it for makeup really, really good. And this is just going to help her skin from breakouts and all that good stuff. I put this on in the morning and at night. It's got glycolic acid in it. It's got a bunch of good things. And another tip that I always suggest for young girls when they're doing their own makeup, make sure they got clean hands, because that is the biggest way of spreading, that's the worst way of spreading germs, causing breakouts. Make sure you got clean hands. Okay, so I'm gonna prep the face with this Mario Badescu facial spray. This is a very inexpensive item, and it's got aloe, lots of good stuff. It's just gonna prep the skin just so the makeup applies smoothly. It's gonna hydrate. I'm going to go in with a primer. This is from e.l.f. This is their green tone adjusting face primer. It's a really, really good product, very inexpensive. And I picked green just because Cadence does have a little bit of redness on her cheeks. This is not gonna make it totally go away. Mine is broken, so I'm just going to dab in there. And I'm just going to apply this on the cheeks, nose, and forehead area, maybe a little on the chin. And this just gives a good base for the foundation so it doesn't wear off, because these girls are active at school. They're going to need something that's going to help their makeup last longer, and that's what primers are best for. Okay, so my favorite foundation at the moment for myself, I'm wearing it today. It just gives you that really pretty skin-like finish. It's not heavy, it's not matte, it's not super dewy, it's just right in the middle of that beautiful kind of satin formula. That's the most important thing for girls her age. You do not want something super heavy on their face, because they don't need to go to 6th grade with a cake face. They don't. So this is Cadence's own personal one. I told her mom about this. This is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation. And I asked Cadence what she's been using to put it on with, and she tells me this little thing right here. But no, we're not using that one. No. My favorite thing to use is a kabuki brush or a sponge. I prefer the sponge because it just doesn't apply too much and it makes it more airbrushed. So with a damp beauty sponge, this one is from L'Oreal, another drugstore item. I'm just going to dab the sponge into the makeup and just start applying it to the face. Look at that right there. It covered up all the redness, but it does not look cakey. That is the most important thing. It looks like her skin, but it just gives her skin just a little bit of coverage. I mean, girls at this age are starting to get breakouts and things going on, and you know, they're a little self-conscious about it. So letting them wear a little bit of light base, I think if it's going to make them feel better about it, I don't see anything wrong with that, as long as it's nothing too heavy. And she is using the shade 30 of this foundation. Now again, my sponge is damp. I went and rinsed it underneath the water. And what this is doing is pressing it into the skin. I'm not really using a brush just because I don't want to just like layer foundation over it. This makes it look more skin-like. Always suggest going down the neck just a little bit, just so you don't have, I mean, because not every foundation can be a perfect match, and we want it to try to match as best as we can. So bring it down the neck just a little bit. Also wanted to mention that along with the green primer, you can get a green concealer for girls this age. Cadence does not have any major breakouts, any big pimples, any redness that she needs to cover other than just her rosacea on her cheeks, which is, I wouldn't cover your cheeks in this, but if you have a protruding pimple, if you have a little acne scar, and they want to kind of cover it and the foundation's not going to, put a green concealer on first. And this is from NYX. This is their HD concealer. She doesn't have any crazy breakouts, so we do not have to use this today. So I wanted to go ahead and do this step and show you two options. My favorite one right now is from ColourPop. These are like $5. Lots of the stuff I'm going to be using today is from ColourPop. This is their concealer. Another good option from the drugstore, aka Walmart, CVS, something like that, is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It's got the little sponge applicator at the top. I love this ColourPop concealer. That's what I'm going to go in with. This is in the shade Fair, number 5. And I'm just going to put a little on her chin, a little on her nose, just to kind of highlight, because you know these girls are into highlighting. We're not going to contour, but this is just going to balance out her face. I'm going to put just a little dab underneath her eyes just to help brighten, because Cadence, do you get a lot of sleep at night? For school? A little bit? Do you get your full 8 hours? No. So sometimes their eyes may need a little waking up, and this is a good trick to do. And I'm just going to rub a little bit on her eyes because, you know, we all got a little discoloration on our eyes. And she looks a little crazy right now, but we're going to fix that. We're just going to take our sponge, again, the best tool to have, and we're just going to blend that all out. And when you use a sponge, make sure you're bouncing, you're not swiping, because if you swipe, you're just going to take all that makeup and just smear it around versus pressing it into the skin. I just get right underneath her lashes, and this is going to look like she has gotten a full 10 hours of sleep, and she is ready for her day. And I like to use a little bit of concealer for eye primer. I don't buy an actual separate product to prime my eyes. I use my concealer for primer because we are going to go in with just a little bit of eyeshadow because, you know, all these girls love eyeshadow. So I'm just going to dab just spots on each one of her cheeks just to help control that redness, just right there, because since the foundation we use is very, very lightweight, it is not a full coverage foundation at all. So I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer just to kind of help that redness from popping through the foundation, because it's going to wear after a few hours, especially when they go to PE or athletics or whatever y'all have. I don't even see how girls wear makeup in junior high or high school with athletics and PE. Now she looks beautiful and like a ghost, right? We're going to fix that. Now we're gonna go in with my all-time favorite face powder to set that concealer and to set the foundation so it's not gonna slide around on her face all day. This is from Maybelline. Of course, I just poured a little bit in the lid right here. The first thing I'm gonna do is just wherever I put that concealer, I'm going to stamp that powder and I'm just pushing it into the skin, and this is going to lock it in place. If you put concealer on or any type of cream product with active girls, it's going to wear off eventually. So remember, we put a little bit on the chin area, we put some on the nose. If girls have super oily skin, you can obviously use way more powder over your foundation just because oils tend to come through super quickly. You're definitely going to have to use a different primer because the primer I used on Cadence was not for oily skin. If you use a good primer, that will help control the oil, and if you have a good setting powder. Next step that we're going to do, put some color back to her face because she's looking a little ghostly, right? Yeah, little ghostly. So my favorite thing to use is by Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Bronzer, drugstore product, you guys. All of these are drugstore. Smell it.
Coconut.
Yeah, it smells amazing, you guys. So I'm just taking a brush, just like a fluffy bronzer brush, and dabbing that in. And this is not super dark. That's one reason why I absolutely love this stuff. It's a great color. It's not too strong. Light to medium skin tones, and then they do make a little bit darker one, but I'm definitely not going to use that on Cadence. So I'm just lightly feathering just a little bronzer on her cheeks. And I'm gonna put a little bit on the temples. So moving on to eyeshadow, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna take that same bronzer, yep, same bronzer, just with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I am going to just put that all into her crease, just to give a little bit of dimension. We're not gonna do anything super crazy. This is going to be just easy, light makeup. If the girls felt like dressing up one day and they wanted to wear something, this is a good, easy way to do eyes. Okay, so my next product I'm going to talk about is from ColourPop. Love, love, love these. I love them because they're so easy to use. They're beautiful, and they don't need a brush to put them on. They can use their clean finger, right? Yep. Clean finger to put them on. So here's two shades, my absolute favorite two neutral shades. One's shimmer, one's just a little bit more of a soft sheen. These are in the shade Truth, and this is the shade Posey. We're gonna go ahead and put the little bit of, you know, glitter shade on. They can use their finger to apply this. That's why I love it. It is a really soft, buttery formula. And I'm just going to dab that on to her lids. So now we added just a little bit of color to her eyes, nothing too crazy, but just to give it a little bit of pop. We're gonna go in with my favorite all-time mascara. This is from Maybelline. This is the Lash, no, oh my God, it's not from Maybelline, that's good. No, 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 no. This is L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's a dupe for a very high-end mascara that I'm not going to say the name because it's got a dirty word in it. Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is a huge dupe for that and half the price, if not more. Got gorgeous dark lashes anyway, so if she wanted to skip this step, she definitely could. So now we've got Cadence some lashes on, and good Lord, look at them lashes. One little thing I always love to do is highlight the inner corners because it really just makes the eyes pop. So you can close, and I'm just going to use that same shadow from ColourPop and just kind of highlight the inner part right there. Now we're almost done with her face. I don't want to add a whole lot more, but you know, for the sake of the video, and girls love to use all kinds of makeup nowadays, we're gonna add some blush. This is from Milani. This is the shade Luminoso. This is the most prettiest shade of blush I've ever used. This is my all-time favorite. Very light wash of color, very pretty peachy pink, nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to dab this. Tap off that excess, ladies. Just going to kind of get her to kind of smile for me, show me where those cheeks are. Since Cadence does have a little bit of rosacea, I don't want to put a whole lot on because she's already got that natural color coming through. And since she has amazing eyebrows, we are not going to do a thing to them, but I am going to show you one little trick that girls at home can do to kind of help tame them down if they are having a crazy brow day where one's sticking up and down and to the side and right and left and diagonal. Get a spoolie. You know, your mom probably has something like this laying around. Have you seen something like this laying around your house? Yeah, it's just like a mascara wand. Don't use mascara though. And you're gonna get some hairspray and you're just gonna spray it. You're just gonna spray it lightly, and you can use that to comb the brows down, because you know, sometimes they like to, you know, crank up like that, and hey, if that's the way you want your brows to look, more power to you. But we're just gonna kind of smooth them down. I like to feather the tops up just a little bit and then have these kind of lay down. It's recently just got her eyebrows waxed by me for the first time, and she was such a champ. And boy, did it make a difference. Some mothers like to wait to do all that stuff, but I think when the kids, it starts bothering them and they want to, if they have strong feeling and they want to do it, let them do it, you know. It's just a little wax, it's not gonna hurt. You can get them threaded, you can tweeze them, however you want to do. But this really just helped open her eyes when we waxed them, because this was kind of growing a little thicker and right here was a little bit thicker. So it really just helped open her eyes when we did that. Okay, so we're almost done, and all girls know what highlighter is these days, so we're definitely going to not skip that step. This is a gorgeous highlighter from Wet n Wild. This is a very, very inexpensive brand. I believe this was like $4, you guys. This is in the shade Precious Petals. Going to hit her cheeks right here with that highlighter. And sometimes I like to just dust a little bit right up here. But this is just gonna give that glow, make her skin look super soft and youthful, like skin her age should look. Pretty much done with her face. Now what are we missing, Cadence?
Lips.
Lips? You want some lips? So obviously, I don't think girls her age need to be wearing a lot of matte lipsticks, a lot of bold colors. They can if they want, but for her, I wanna keep it soft. I wanna keep it fresh. I wanna keep it youthful. So we're gonna go in with a gloss. This gloss is from ColourPop. NYX also has some really good butter glosses, but I'm a ColourPop kind of girl, so that's what we're gonna use today. This is a soft pink shade, and it's called BESTIE. That's the shade name. This gloss does have a little bit of a color to it, so it's not super sheer, which I do like about it. It does give their lips a little bit of color without looking too heavy. See how pretty that color looks on her. Her skin is glowing. Thank Cadence.
I like it.
You like it? Okay, good. Does it feel like you're wearing a lot of makeup on your face? No. So the good thing about that foundation, it's very, very lightweight. We did set it with a powder just because we want it to last. We barely did much to her eyes, but just a little bit just to make them pop. Added some bronzer to bring some color back into her face. A light blush, and a light gloss. Cadence definitely does not need to do this every single day, but on days like for picture day, or what's stuff that y'all do?
Dances.
Dances, yes, that would be a good option to do. You know, and girls are interested in makeup nowadays, so when they want to put stuff on, I think this would be the perfect amount to put on when they're just wanting to feel a little bit more fancy, a little bit more fresh, you know. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you think Cadence's makeup looks absolutely beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. She definitely doesn't need this, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Blow a kiss, Cadence.
No.
You're not gonna blow a kiss? Go.
No.
No? What do y'all do? Peace out? You do that in selfies. I see you do it all the time. Y'all go. You put it right your eye right here, and you go.